Home Life and Style is brought to you by the Pine Hills, offering inspired new homes and daily adventures just 45 minutes from Boston. Ethan Allen, every detail matters. Longfellow Design Build, architect and builder for Cape Cod and beyond. Snow & Jones, a fixture in New England homes since 1952. And by Classic Tile and Stone, your tile and stone destination.
Hi, I'm Parker Kelley. Welcome to Home Life and Style. I am passionate about design, food, and travel. I love discovering new places, meeting new people, and sharing who they are, how they live, and what they love. In each episode, I'll introduce you to a new destination through the eyes of the people who call it home. Join me as we celebrate these towns, these people, these homes in style. Today I'm on my way to Chappaquiddick Island, also known as Chappy, a part of Edgartown on Martha's Vineyard. Chappy, unlike some of the other parts of Martha's Vineyard, is pretty rural and has only one main road, and even that is only paved for 4 miles or so before it turns to packed sand. Visitors come to Chappy for its unspoiled beauty. More than a quarter of the island is conservation land. It offers salt marshes, ponds, red cedar woods, grassy meadows, and a lot of coastal wildlife, including sandpipers, piping plovers, and blue heron. People also enjoy Chappy for fishing, picnicking, bicycling, hiking, and its breathtaking and uncrowded beaches. If you're looking for a quiet slice of nature, you're sure to find it on Chappy. I took the Steamship Authority ferry out of Woods Hole and traveled across Vineyard Sound to the port of Vineyard Haven. From there, I drove to Edgartown, where I drove onto another, much smaller ferry called, no surprise, Chappy Ferry. The Chappy Ferry crosses a narrow channel between Edgartown Harbor and Katama Bay. The small but important ferry runs often and on demand. It takes 3 vehicles at a time and has room for bikes and pedestrians as well. Crossing the 500 or so feet of water makes for a quick trip, literally minutes, and I was on Chappy. I headed down the main road to meet homeowners Brad and Richard in their 8-bedroom, 11,000 square foot gambrel-roofed shingle-style home. They designed the home to be a multi-generational space for their 3 grown children, 6 grandchildren, and 2 golden retrievers. Brad and Richard met in 1964 at a mutual friend's wedding. Brad is a nickname and short for her middle name, Bradbury. They have lived on Chappy seasonally for nearly 15 years. I can't wait to meet them.
Hi, Parker, come on in. It's so nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you, right? We feel like we know each other. We talk
Hi
so
there,
much.
how are you?
And it's just,
Nice to see you too.
Oh, and
This is Zeus.
Hello, Zeus. Hello.
It's a 4-family house, really, because we have 3 grown children, each with a family of their own. And so we set up 4 different areas in the house, one for us and one for each one of those kids
Everyone
and their
has their own
families.
private area, and then there's a lot of communal space.
Oh, that's lovely. Wow, that's
the
beautiful.
way we live during the summer.
Oh my gosh.
Well, the whole idea of the house is to get as many of the family here together at the same time as possible.
That's lovely. This is a beautiful room. Oh my gosh. And a beautiful view.
All of the peace and quiet and joie de vivre of Chappaquiddick.
Well, the nice part is we can be here with all that peace and quiet, but then we can hop out the little Chappy Ferry and go into all that chaos, but then come
Exactly.
back out
Right,
easily
right.
to this. So it's kind of the best of both worlds.
Awesome. So where's our next room?
Well, let's
Right in
go.
here.
Let's go on in here. And
Ooh, look at the blue in here.
as you can see, I love this whiteware, the ironstone, and I've just collected it for years.
This is a table that says, I'm here.
Right, and we needed
Gather.
something that could absorb 14 people, and also this is a big room, so it needed to kind of fill up this room. So this does that pretty well. And extra eating space if we have more people, and it
Just beckons
Yeah,
for people. You
yeah.
can see they're just all chairs waiting.
right, exactly.
Brad painted this.
Oh, really?
Windfall Farm was one of the first homes that we had, and it was an actual farm in New Jersey.
Also, how many homes have you had in terms
Oh my
of?
goodness.
We've lost track, maybe as many as 20 over the
Really?
years.
It's fun. It's a very creative process, and we enjoy doing it together. And I think our talents complement each other. So
I work more on the construction project than the architecture, and Brad works more on the color and the decorating.
all the interior spaces, how to furnish them, what to furnish them with. So this is where we live a lot during the summer, obviously when the weather is nice. We eat dinner out here, we eat lunch out here, we gather out here. This is gorgeous.
Really, the history of this started with the house next door, which was the first house we built on Chappy.
Oh, really?
And I was looking for the cat one day, and I wandered over here, and someone was here, and they said, "Oh, this property is going to go on the market."
Oh, so there was
And
nothing
I
here.
said, I went right back and I submitted a full price offer for it.
Oh, you're kidding.
And
Did
we
you
had
think
not
that?
been in that house for very long, and Dick said, we built the house on the wrong piece of property. We have to move.
That was a good piece of property, and I like it, and it sits well on that.
But this is just so much more spectacular.
property.
So it was the cat?
It was,
It was
the
the
cat.
Ah, this is so light. Oh, that window. Are all the paintings
All
in the home
paintings-
your
all
own?
the paintings are mine. Yes.
Look at all the energy in that. That is just crazy. Beautiful roads going places, and it just feels like it's got so much energy. Where this is beautiful and bright, doesn't have as much energy the same way.
No,
Color,
it's much more serene, a moment in
Yeah.
time kind of thing.
Oh, look at this ladder. Where's this going to?
Well, there's a roof deck up here, so you just go up the ladder.
Okay, all right.
Open the lid, and you're on the roof deck, and you see 360 all around you.
Whoa.
Okay, so come on into my studio.
We get to go into your studio.
This is where I spend a lot of time.
Now, did you go to art school or no? And when did you just pick it up? When?
I started painting in my 30s, I guess, and I'm really self-taught, and I just do what moves me at the time.
Lovely. And so this is your
Master bedroom.
Oh, this is all custom with the drawers here.
Yeah, so we had the bed made to sit in the middle of the room, which I love because you sort of feel like you're out to sea in this room. And the water is all around you. It's a wonderful room to wake up in because it's so serene and peaceful.
Oh, I imagine.
I think it really came out well. We lie in bed and compliment each other on the architecture and the color all the time.
After the wonderful tour with Brad and Richard, I headed outside to the unbelievably scenic yard to meet Jackson, their oldest grandson. Jackson wanted to share his feelings about the home with me. After all, he'd been coming here since he was born. His cousins Ava, Jonas, Aylin, Noah, and Jason all listened in. So where's your home?
Dallas, Texas.
Dallas, Texas. So how often do you get here?
Once a summer.
What does this mean to you?
It means everything to me. This is my favorite place on earth. It's just so beautiful. Everything you do is fun. It's a perfect spot. There's the marshes all around, so you can go climbing in there. Just so many good memories down by the marsh over there. You know, trying to catch things with nets. Nothing can go wrong here. Everything is just perfect. That's what I feel.
I've got joy to share with you in my arms. Just a little hug every day will solve your problems. I've got love to share with you in my pocket. Just a little kiss on the lips and we'll skyrocket. We go.
You've worked long and hard, built a career, a life, knowing that one day, with a little luck, you'll have time. At Longfellow Design Build, we design and build new homes. new kitchens, new additions to your home. We handle everything from conception to completion, working in unison with you, for you, so you can have the home you envision, so you can have the home you deserve, so you can focus on what's important. Longfellow Design Build, architect and builder, for Cape Cod and beyond.
Since the next morning was such a gorgeous one, a bunch of us, including some of the grandkids, TJ the son-in-law, and John, a family friend, met up with Eunice Yeomans, general manager of the trustees of reservations for the islands.
All right, who wants to be the boss of the map?
All four of them.
Let's go.
Thank you.
We were headed out for an off-road four-wheel drive tour of Cape Poge, the wildlife refuge on Chappaquiddick Island that consists of more than 500 acres and the 1893 Cape Poge lighthouse. The wildlife refuge is one of more than 100 special places in Massachusetts, protected and preserved by the trustees of reservations.
The couple of things what I wanted you to see is this white pole. Do you know what this white pole means? So this white pole is what tells us if it's in the water, we know that the trails out on the Cape Poge side will be flooded and we won't be able to get through.
Okay.
So all of our tour guides look at this pole to make sure that we can get all the way out.
It was sure to be a scenic and bumpy ride.
It's solar powered, so I'm going to show you what our lighthouse light looks like, an actual light bulb. Are you surprised?
That's it, huh?
This is it. And it's a whole prism system. So this light bulb is not very bright, but the whole prism system around it is what radiates it out so far. Got it. So.
It's like a bunk deck. It is.
So we had talked about the fact that the lighthouse has been moved 7 times and the last move was 500 feet. If you look over here to the distance, you'll see a brick chimney right past that house right there. So that brick chimney is the remnant of the original lightkeeper's house. On the other side of that chimney was another chimney that's already fallen into the sea. So you can see that this has moved quite a distance. That's part of the reality of a coastal system, a dynamic coastal system, that it's always changing. And now with climate change and sea level rise, it's even changing more rapidly. So, but it's pretty terrific to be here.
Indeed it is.
Yeah.
Indeed it is.
Let's enjoy it while we have it.
After a spectacular, gorgeous ride to the lighthouse and back, I parted ways with everyone to meet up with Katie Kidder and her husband Tom Kent. Katie and Tom are longtime residents of Chappaquiddick and have owned the Chappy Kitchen since 2015. Their island business offers gourmet dinners, beachside picnics, and a variety of catering services. It was their plan to show me some of their island and gather some local ingredients for the dinner party. Our first stop was Slipaway Farm, an integral part of the Chappy community, selling its produce from a wooden farm stand that used to be the island's one-room schoolhouse. It's a beautiful sight. Colorful veggies and fresh-picked flowers overflowing in baskets, and locals stopping by to pick up their daily share.
So it's wonderful for all of us here on Chappy to be able to have a local farm without having to go off up to the other side.
Right, exactly.
Yes.
Well, that smells great.
It's the basil. They have a wonderful flower stand at the bottom of the driveway if you saw it coming in.
I did.
And lots of times if I'm not coming here to pick them up and I need something quickly, I can always put my money in their honor box and grab the flowers on my way.
Yeah, I love the fact that the island has these honor boxes.
They're all over the place. It's
just
wonderful.
It is. It's so wholesome.
It is
So
wholesome.
So nice.
It is. It's
yeah.
nice to see it.
After Slipaway Farm, we headed to Jerry's, formerly known as the Chappy Store. Katie and her husband, along with support from the community, revamped the old store after the owner, Jerry Jeffers, passed away.
He was definitely the proficient island tradition, loved by everybody, and he used to run the Chappy Ferry as an assistant captain during the winter, drove a school bus, would know every student, was a volunteer fireman here years ago, and just a great human being. And we lost him in October of this past year.
Yeah, but the way that you and the community, as what Katie was saying, all rallied together to keep this going, not only just for the Chappy community, but also just the spirit of
the legend.
Yeah, very cool. Our last stop was the Chappy Kitchen, an architecturally interesting and rustic building that inside was a modern facility designed to handle the island's busy catering needs. I met a couple of Katie's cooks who would be putting on our lobster bake, and we set about making some crab cakes together.
That's 8 ounces of our lumped crab meat there. It's 2 tablespoons of the mayonnaise here, breadcrumbs,
There you go.
chives there, some Dijon mustard, red pepper flakes there, just about 1/4 of a teaspoon.
This looks like lemon zest.
Bingo.
Oh, this almost seems like a bay seasoning, like Old Bay. Is it?
Bingo.
Yoo-hoo!
Worcestershire sauce.
A Worcestershire sauce.
Next you need a lightly beaten egg.
So it's gonna help form it all, keep it nice and together, because all this got a lot of loose flavor in there.
Oh, I see what you mean. So it makes it cohesive.
Exactly.
All right, gotcha.
Gonna mix that all together with our hands.
Yeah.
And what you want to do is you want to cover it up and refrigerate it for at least half an hour.
Okay.
All right. And so now we're going to form our crab cakes. I like to use my fingers and ring them around like that and just squish it in between to make a nice patty.
That might be a little bit over.
we got one that's a little large there.
And so what do we do from here?
So from here, we get our pan or our flat top hot, and we sear both sides, and they're ready to rock after that.
So you guys are going to cook them all here, and then we're going to reheat them at the home.
Correct.
And then there's other things we're going to be cooking at the home.
Oh yeah, there's a bunch of other stuff we're doing. We got braised skewers, we're doing whole lobsters, steamers, roasted fingerling potatoes.
Some grilled veggies with
some grilled veggies, of course. Can't forget the veggie platter.
Peppers.
Yeah.
Let's see.
Okay, so tell me about the aioli, how you guys made it.
So we roast the red peppers and blend them up until they're nice and smooth, and incorporate it into some mayo with garlic and some other herbs, sugar, salt, and pepper, and something that complements the crab cake very well. That was good. I don't want to compliment ourselves too much, but that is good.
Good, we're
Just a little
good.
bit pat on the back.
Wow, I'm awesome, right? It's not just about the fixtures. Snow and Jones, the family-owned business that contractors and homeowners on the South Shore and Cape Cod have depended on since 1952. The overall aesthetic of the Pine Hills has a quality that's very high. I mean, when you first started walking the grounds, the landscaping, you said it has to be spectacular because the land is spectacular.
Well, the land is spectacular, and it starts with trying to see where the land is telling us to build. We are crafting the right location for the home to sit in, to view that woods or water or a beautiful tree or the horizon or even the ocean. And our job is to try and utilize the grade and the trees to create that kind of privacy, so that as one moves from neighborhood to neighborhood, and sometimes even from home to home, that there are these pieces of nature that frame your view or change the way in which you perceive the homes that you're seeing.
I've worked with Kristen and Julie for about 7 years now, about 30 projects. They care as much as I do about the finished product. And every time I walk in, I'm always like, girls, what do we have new? And they always have things set aside to show me, and every time I go there, it's so exciting. They text me pictures as soon as tile comes in that they think is really exciting. Like, even on a Saturday, I'll get a text, and they'll know that I'm just as excited to see it as they are to share it. And so they're my go-to.
Recognized and respected. Classic tile and stone on Boston's South Shore. When I got back to the home, Richard had a surprise waiting. He invited some folks from Sea Legs over so that we could test drive an amphibious craft. I was as giddy as the grandkids. This is awesome. You just get to drive your boat right down to the water.
That's the whole point of it.
That's the whole point. We drove out of the garage, down the hill, across across the beach and into the water. Our boat ride on Katama Bay, and especially the way we got there, was exhilarating. When we returned from our fantastic ride with Sea Legs, I got another chance to catch up with John Hadaway, Brad and Dick's designer friend, who I'd met on the tour of Cape Poge. We got to chatting in the dining room, and I learned about the incredible level of thought and planning that went into even the smallest details of this beautiful home.
Brad is enormously talented with design and as an artist. Dick is enormously talented as a builder and touches with moldings and trims and sort of finishing touches. I think what's been successful about our working relationship beyond the personal one is our being able to hear each other. For example, in this room, the touch of black is so basic to Brad's design aesthetic.
So what do you think that does? Like, what is...
Black, especially with white, provides a sense of focus. With all of the busyness with the collection, an enormous amount of ironstone, it's a place for rest. The Lichtenstein, Martin and I gave Brad and Dick as a present for this house. Brad finished it with the geometric work on the side. So the repetition of the black and white, the white trim, and then even the vertical lines speak to the geometry of Brad's work, and then of course the detail in the Lichtenstein. The lines in the Windsor chairs, the horizontal lines in the shutters. It's a kind of hospitable harmony, and for a dining room, that's critical.
After my conversation with John, Richard and Brad's son-in-law TJ, who happens to be the owner of the Urban Grape in Boston, was ready to show me one of his specialty summer cocktails. The summer night was unfolding beautifully, and we decided the stone wall on the property would make the perfect makeshift bar.
So what we're gonna make here today is a late summer whiskey smash with a peach-infused simple syrup. And this is super easy. We're just gonna do about a shot of everything. So this is some simple syrup right there. And then we're gonna take the peaches just using our finger. Take about 2 peaches out of there. Yeah, yeah, this looks great. My hands are color. Nice and clean. Some fresh mint sprigs.
Now, is that out of Brad's garden?
Yeah, this is my mother-in-law. We call her Baba. This is some fresh Chappy mint here. And then our muddler. We're just gonna muddle that down. That's gonna release the oils and the acids.
Okay, so when you do that with a drink, it's called muddling.
Muddling. Yep, sometimes they look like little baseball bats. This is just really fancy. Nice. So we have that. We're gonna add some ice to it. Okay, so if you go to a restaurant, you might see some crushed ice, but we don't have a crushed ice machine here on Chappaquiddick. So we're just gonna use good old-fashioned ice cubes.
Yeah, that looks
then what we're gonna do, we're gonna take fresh squeezed lemon juice, and we're gonna do about another shot on that.
Okay. So what does the lemon do for it?
So that's going to brighten everything up, because right now we have a lot of sweetness, and when you add some acid, it balances everything out so it doesn't feel cloying. And then this is just Eagle Rare, great bourbon that you can find anywhere, really reasonably priced. Okay. And we like to start it off right here on Chappy. So it calls for 1 shot.
Yeah,
we're gonna do a little bit more. We're gonna do that. All right, you see how this is coming up right to the perfect time. What we're gonna do, we're gonna add some club soda.
Now that is the fanciest club
this
soda
is the fanciest
container I've ever seen.
Yep, and then again, with my very clean finger, we're just gonna give this a nice little stir.
Perfect.
All right.
Yep.
And then these are some fresh cut peaches. We're just gonna break it in half so it sits on the edge. And here you go. This is a late summer whiskey smash.
And nothing really is too fussy here. It is so relaxed, so easy. All right.
Enjoy.
All right, I will. Oh my, that is so good. Oh, that is so good. Wow. Hi.
Hi Parker, welcome to Ethan Allen Manchester. I'm Fiona.
Hi Fiona.
I'm so excited to show you about our Ethan Allen in-home app. The Ethan Allen in-home interior design app lets you put beautifully rendered 3D images of Ethan Allen furniture and accessories into any space. Parker, you can pick from thousands of home furnishings. They're organized by category. In just a few taps, you can see what any of our products would look like in your home.
Wow, cool.
We can scan the space, and you'll see these kind of glitter appear. Yeah. That's scanning your space for scale. Once you have your item in the space, you can hit place, and then you'll be able to move around, as well as customize, and you'll be able to add additional pieces. Anybody can use this at home.
Looking for more inspiration? You can find it in the pages of South Shore Home Life and Style. Beautiful imagery and thoughtfully curated stories showcasing fine home design and decor, top area restaurants, boutiques, arts, culture, and more. It's the lifestyle magazine celebrating the seaside communities south of Boston. Join seasoned editor Maria Allen and her talented team as they reveal the many reasons this region is such a special place to live, work, and visit. Available on newsstands now. To subscribe, visit southshorehomelifeandstyle.com.
After my beautiful day on Chappy, I changed up for dinner. When I came downstairs, the chefs from Chappy Kitchen were hard at work, and the family was relaxing and enjoying appetizers on the screen porch.
All three of the kids have been married here. Jed was married in the other house. I think I told you, for Jason's wedding, we set up a tent in the middle between the two because this thing was still under construction. And then for Hadley's, we started down there, and when the rain came, all migrated into the house.
As the sun started to set, the party moved to the lawn. It was a glorious night on Chappy for sure.
So with the New England clam bake that we're doing here on Chappy, Grenache coming from Santa Barbara in California. What's cool about this, when you look in your glass, it's very light and colored, but it's packed with flavor. It's round, juicy, yummy, and it's gonna go great with tonight's meal.
What a time we have had on Chappaquiddick. Oh my goodness. And
what a great spot.
What a great spot. What a great family. All these grandchildren. What did you say to me? We did this. We did this. I mean, look at this beautiful, bountiful family and a gorgeous setting. Absolutely beautiful. And Chappy Kitchen, Jamie and Michael and Ryan.
Fabulous.
Fabulous. And of course, TJ and Hadley, the wine, the beverages, all the siblings here. It's just an epic, epic night. That's Home Life and Style from Chappy. Until next week, I'm Parker Kelley. Cheers!
Cheers! Cheers, everybody!